45-pound bracket is Barry Samuelson. Attempts to win his second in a row of Oakley.
Barry won 135 pounds here last year. He's wrestling Josh Engelbert from Beloit. Beloit was 4A last year. Engelbert took third in 4A last year. Beloit, of course, coached by Andy Nimchek. And Barry Samuelson from Oakley being coached by a fellow named Dale Samuelson, who happens to be his father.
There was a conversation I was telling you about earlier amongst some of the coaches.
Engelbert scores the first take. Engelbert comes in here. He's 33-1. His only loss was a forfeit loss in the tournament up at Beloit, I believe it was. He was sick and forfeited to Upham from Hiawatha in the finals. Samuelson comes in 27-6. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to butt in there.
Oh, I understand. As Samuelson, as I was saying, Samuelson has only coached one freshman state champion in his probably 30 years there at Oakley, that being his son Tyler. Baker, coach of Hoxie, has only coached one freshman state champion, that being his son Travis Baker.
That's interesting. Not very many coaches have coached a lot of freshman state champions.
Especially not down here.
Pretty tough to do.
Yes, it is. As they go off the mat, still 2-0, Engelbert. Beloit leading Samuelson.
Some people might look at that 27-6 record of Samuelson's and say that's not real good, but I'll tell you, he's wrestled some awful tough competition this year. He came into the Hayes High Invitational Tournament this year. Defending state champion wound up seated 6th because there were other defending state champs there too from other classes.
As I look at the bracket here, Edgar Castilla, Wichita County, Leota in that bracket. Also Cole Fredrickson, the son of Fredrickson, the coach of Plainville. Balthazar of Stockton. Booth of Eureka, several tough kids in that bracket.
And Engelbert's in control right now, but that could change.
So we are now into the second period, or getting set to begin the second period. Still Engelbert of Beloit 2-0 over Samuelson of Oakley.
Samuelson last year won the state title over Jeff Carlson from Kinsley, who had beaten him twice during the year. So again, so much for the past.
And Carlson beats a 2-year undefeated Charlie Huell of Lincoln to get into the finals.
That's right. And there goes Engelbert with an escape.
Now leading 3-0.
You might look at those two guys and say, I'd like to see them on the scale side by side, but they've been there, and they both weigh right for this class. Engelbert looks a little bigger.
They did as of last night anyway.
Yes.
It depends on how much they ate last night and today.
They may weigh 160 pounds today.
As the wrestlers who do make the finals know that on Friday evening and pretty much get the day Saturday to put all that weight back on that they've lost throughout the season. Got to be careful not to put too much on, though it'd be sluggish.
The ones that are really serious about winning it, though, are pretty careful. There goes that short fireman's for a takedown. Engelbert's now up 5-0.
And he's going for the back points here. Stop the clock. For, I believe, some blood. That's a situation where we can talk about that 4-point predicament. He hadn't gotten into the predicament situation yet, but had he got the 5 count before Samuelson came up with the blood there, it would have been a 4-point near fall instead of just a 3.
Or even if he had him in the process of turning him when that happened, he would have had a 2-point near fall.
Right.
But as it was, he was flat on the mat, and so there's no penalty there. I consider that a penalty myself, but some people feel like they should take that rule out and just call it a pin.
So 57 seconds remain here in the second period of your 145-pound state championship match. 5-0 the score. Engelbert.
We're seeing that last takedown there and where they stopped it.
Engelbert does lead. Samuelson, who was the state champion last year, as we mentioned.
We're probably going to have to start listening to these voices we hear in our our ears to see what they're doing here on this replays.
Yeah, we were a little late with that one.
Engelbert's pretty much in control of things out there right now.
Engelbert is a senior. Samuelson just a junior, so he'll be back again next year.
Well, and I believe he's been here probably all 4 years, or all 3 years he's been in high school, so
I think you're right.
Samuelson's working there for an escape or reversal. He's got his leg out. All he needs to do is break free to get the escape. Kind of like to get 2 out of it, I think.
Just 5 seconds remaining in the period. He's going to have to do so quickly, and he does.
Gets his 1.
And so the second period comes to an end. 2 minutes remaining here in your 145-pound state championship match. 5-1 the score. Engelbert of Beloit.
Samuelson's taken down to try to score from the bottom.
You think about it here, Fred. You get a quick reversal, 5-3. That means a 3-point air fall can win the match for you. So by all means, it's not over with.
No, and those points can come in groups of 5 or groups of 1.
Yep.
Engelbert's trying to work that far side cross-face cradle.
And there you saw the symbol from the referee that he's riding parallel and he gets warned for stalling.
Head referee out there, Corey Scott. His assistant, Michael Brown. He's almost free again. He's got to get that leg back down. Boom, there he goes, down to the mat again.
Came down awfully hard that time.
Well, when you've got one leg picked up in the air about 5 feet and the other one goes out from under you, you do come down kind of hard. Of course, you know, the rule says that if you lift your opponent off the mat, you're responsible for his safe return. But that was a safe return. He didn't injure him in any way. And it wasn't really liable injury. If he brought him down head first, it might have been a different story.
I believe it's you. I've heard say on these broadcasts before that you can drop an egg from the top of this Coliseum and it won't break on the mat.
So I've done it.
So there is a safety feature here.
Yeah, these things, they cost a little bit of money, but boy, they're worth it. They protect the most valuable egg in the world, which is the head.
So 5-1
Not that I'd say
now.
These guys are eggheads.
5-1 now, the score. Engelbert in a somewhat comfortable lead over Samuelson of Oakland.
Got another escape. Now he's only got 3 points to go.
Take down and even just 2 points near fall here would put Samuelson into the lead. 36 seconds remaining in your 145-pound state championship.
We got some folks over here in the corner from Beloit trying to make some noise. Doing a pretty good job of it, too.
I don't think either one of the wrestlers hear it.
Well, not if they're concentrating on what they're doing. They don't hear anything. There goes Samuelson in. He's got that
Low single. I think he's going to have to go high and try to get a throw here if he's going to score enough points to.
Around the waist there, he's only got 7 seconds to get her down. He's got the takedown.
Got 2.
Got him loose and try for another one. Not enough time left.
Just
at
moments short.
Good try by Samuelson.
What an exciting match. 6-4 the final. Engelbert of Beloit, a winner over Samuelson of Oakley in your 145-pound match. Engelbert, your 145-pound state champion. And Beloit has more people here than I thought they did, as they all come to their feet.
Beloit has had their heyday in wrestling, too, so they're used to coming to the state tournament and cheering.
Major powerhouse back in the 80s here.
I think, 11 or 13 state championships there?
A bunch. We now go to the awards stand for your 140-pound medal winners.
Okay, and at 140 pounds in 6th place, Victor Martin from Onega. 5th place was Mark Depperschmidt from Hoisington. 4th place, Shane Culbertson from Phillipsburg. 3rd place from Hoxie, Kyle Lewis. 2nd place from Smith Center, Matt Davidson. And our 140-pound state champion for 1999 from Plainville, Jay Robbie.
Interesting situation at the 152-pound state championship match.